I am back. I have been testing some things. I'm kind of excited about it. Now I have something on my computer I can't get rid of. But I had to unplug my mic, I believe. Okay, good, Coyote. How does the volume sound? Because I've had to take my mic off. Um, but I do have the tablet. I had to refer back to the tablet and just put it on charge until I figure out my desktop. And I can't wait to figure that out because my desktop has a webcam. But I just could not. Trying to think. Can you hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Why is this on my? I have something on the computer I can't get rid of now. Howdy, hello. Oh, you can hear me loud and clear? That's awesome because I'm not even wearing the mic. So I'm using the Apple's. I love this learning and training because that's what it takes for me to understand how these things work. Um, I just got a big circle on my computer. Oh, okay. I think I figured it out. I'm still learning. I think it's like a forever learning thing. I just see some new stuff that's happening to my computer, which is pretty awesome. Um, I'll have to figure that out later, but I'm intrigued. If you can tell, I am very intrigued about figuring this out. But yeah, I'm back on my Apple tablet, and what I did, because my concern, I just challenged myself to learn something different because I have these different mics, one for USB and one I think is USB-C for the Apple um, connection. So I've been learning how, if my tablet goes dead, how do I? It looks like maybe because I don't have StreamYard, is that what's called StreamYard? You probably have the iPad or laptop really close right now. Yeah, if I stream, which I don't, I would use NVIDIA software. Okay, hold up. I need to go. I need to pull up my computer to see what you said. Because I have here, I'm just learning. I'm learning how to grow. I don't have anybody that I talk to that can help me through this, other than, some of the online stuff, which sometimes you just can't get any, really any great clarification, online. So I'm restarting my computer. Okay, so I'm looking at the chat, and I have to close out my chat. I'm learning how to navigate. And pull up the new one. Okay. Once I do it, then it's easy. It's easier. It's just actually doing it and going through the practice sessions. Okay, here it is. You probably have the iPad or laptop really close right now. I do. And then Coyote says, yeah, if I stream, which I don't, I would use NVIDIA software since I have that brand graphics card. NVIDIA software. I'm sure I have something on here. I just got to actually take it to the next level. And learn a new level of what I'm doing. Because it's the first time I've been always using like my iPad tablet. I mean my iPad, my Apple iPad. I've been always using that. Now it's learning how to pull it up and use the desktop, which will be a win-win situation. And the reason why that would be a win-win situation, because desktops, they have more power. I have a all-in-one desktop, HP desktop, and I'm trying to pull it up here. And that's what's so amazing about it. Okay, yeah, so I see myself live, and it's more powerful. And guess what? It plugs into the wall. The battery, uh, the battery never goes down. It's plugged in, and that would be the win-win situation. When I go live, I could use my desktop. You see, that's the answer right there. So I was curious about transitioning, and just like I think Coyote said, with the transitioning part, um, I'll have to have, like you said, a StreamYard or something. And I don't know why I just think StreamYard is a pain in the butt, but I kind of think that it's something I will eventually, need to do. And I'm like, no. You know what I'm saying? It's like I know eventually I'll need to do it because I'm growing. I'm growing, and it's like, do I, you know, I know I need to, and I know that if I'm growing, I need to stay up with the growth, and I know that because I don't know StreamYard that well, but once I can learn it, I'm like building movies. I'm building movies and shorts, and I'm doing that. I'm probably doing stuff that content creators mostly don't know how to do. So I kind of learned like ass backwards. I didn't use my cell phone. I used a movie editor, and I start building movies, and um, going live with that, and doing cartoon watch parties, and doing my own shorts and doing my own programming. And see, a lot of people, content creators, don't know how to do that part, so I know how to do that. Now it's like I got to go back a little bit and then learn StreamYard, because I would like probably to evolve and probably do call-ins. People can, if when I grow some more, probably, do it where people can call in. Like a toll-free number or something, if they want, or just maximizing the devices that I have here. And that's what I've been trying to learn to do, is maximize the usage. I have expensive stuff here. If you get real big on YouTube, then make sure you build yourself up on your platforms like Rumble. So if your channel gets taken down, then you'll be the first one. I've never heard of Rumble. See, that's the first time I heard that. I can Google it and see what that means. Rumble, a website that hosts live streams. Oh. Wow. That's the first time I've ever heard of that. I'm looking at it right now. That's interesting. I've never heard of that. I'm just looking at it. It looks just like YouTube. You know? So I just got to sign up. I got to put that on my favorites and study that. I added that to my favorites. Welcome back, Lola. Coyote and Mike Aldana has been helping me trying to learn how to maximize my devices. I didn't know that, Coyote, that you said. Welcome back, Lola, again. Welcome back. And welcome back again, Mike Aldana and Coyote. I ended up going into opening up another streamline. So I'm learning how to maximize the usage of my devices, and learning how to have backup, uh, and use other things, and how to transition between different things. So I'm learning how to do that. Once I learn it, I'm pretty good, really good with it. Rumble. So if your channel gets taken down, then you have diversification. I mean, that's smart. Coyote, I wasn't even aware of that at all. I know it sounds crazy. I just haven't. I've just gotten into making movies. I've had people to tell me, you know how to make movies and shorts, and you know how to do cartoons, and I can do all of that. So it's like I said before, it's like I've skipped the learning curve and went to something advanced, and now I got to learn how to do the minimalist things, you know. Well, welcome back to Rhonda's Lovely Sparks. We are continuing our live and had a very good conversation with our beautiful brother with I Love Weed. And, um, he's going through, um, processing some things in his life like we all do. Um, I'm not wearing my mic because I don't have it plugged in. But hopefully you all can hear me okay. If you all want to turn up your volumes, I hope that helps. I'm still learning how to do that too. I do have a USB and a USB-C mic, but my tablet, Apple tablet, I love the screen. I love the monitor. PU, the fundamentals, I suppose. And then Coyote says, pick up the fundamentals. Coyote says, YouTube changes rules all the time. You seem like you are good with what? Let me see. YouTube changes rules all the time. You seem like you're good with what you chat on stream, but you never know. You just want to see your success, to see you be successful. Thank you so much. I do too. And then I have everything in YouTube, and it has made me concerned about putting all my eggs in one basket. It's like I want to make sure I have a backup in that Rumble. Thank you for the referral on that, because you know me, I'm a dig in deep and learn how to do that and learn how it works, and it looks just like YouTube, the Rumble format. Because, like I said, I don't have people I network with that can show me, how to advance. I just pretty much everything I'm doing, I've done it by myself. I've been learning by myself, and just taking small steps and not getting frustrated, over certain things that I can or can't do, and just saying, I'm going to learn it. And I've been learning how to, like I said, build movies and cartoons and shorts and incorporating music, and it's been exciting. It's been exciting to know how to use these things. I mean, seeing me right now on live on my desktop chatting with you all, and then seeing the chat is exciting too. Rhonda is self-sufficient. Yeah, I see you, Mike. Thank you. I really am. I've learned how to do this on my own. Sorry about that. I don't mean to cough in your ear. But I've had a book reading today. So I've been reading books, and I've been online with you all, so my voice gets a little, cracky, and I have a throat lozenge. But I like the challenge. That's the thing. I love the challenge. I love learning new things. I don't like being dependent on others. Not that I have a problem. Hey, Eric! There's Eric! Shout out to Eric is in the house. I know I say this all the time, but I do get excited when I see people. I don't think for me that'll be something that will ever get old. And I see you, I'm genuinely excited. Because I respect the contributions you all make and the time, and I just love you all being here. So Eric says, hey y'all, hey y'all. And then Mike Aldana says, which book did you cover today? So what I covered today, I just love you all. Oh my God, you all have no idea how much fun I have being with you all. The book is called, and I don't mean to smack in your ear, I'm so sorry. I have a cherry throat lozenge to help me with my voice. The book is written by W.E.B. Du Bois. Okay? The name of the book is called Dark Princess. And this is a fun atmosphere. I'm glad you like the atmosphere, sweetheart. I knew that since I've been online, for a long time, and just would be someone, just to be a part of someone else's content. And somehow I end up saying, there's something calling me to do something more, and I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to, how when you got that it factor, like you, Mike, and, with Coyote, you all experience this technology, and you all are like these geniuses with technology, and I've been an operator. I have not been a programmer. I've been a user of products, and I'm not afraid of it, but it takes me time to learn. But I try to definitely create a fun environment that people could just come and hang out. That it is a safe place that we can talk about everything. Your kids and your space book. You kids and your space book. Yeah, you kids and your space book. I just love. I am so much in love with that site that you referred me to. Coyote, thank you for you all's help. And it's like when you all gave me encouragement, and you said, "Hey, what you got going on, this and that, and this and that is working for you." So thank you, because I've just been winging it, just doing the best I can, and I end up really seeing some things that has been, you know, making waves. It's like, wow, this is amazing. So the book is written by W.E.B. Du Bois, and a lot of people didn't know that he wrote a romance book. And it's not that foo-foo romance stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's political. Me, you can't give me the, oh, Romeo, Romeo, far art thou, Romeo, far, how's it, Romeo, Romeo, how far out thou, Romeo? I mean, and I'm not making fun of people who like that. It's got colorism. It's got, how to deal with race, and it's romance. It's a romantic book, but it has some juice to it. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta read something that has some action. You gotta keep my attention. And so it's pretty much about a character who ends up leaving America because there's challenges here that is suppressing him, suppressing his opportunity. He's a doctor, or going to school to become a doctor. And because of racism and issues back in the 1920s, he takes a ship. He goes to Europe. He goes to Germany. Ends up meeting this Princess Kautilya from India, and she's a dark princess. She's a dark complexioned woman, and he ends up coming. She ends up having this group put together. That's like a group of chosen leaders, one from Egypt and China and Japan, from around the world. That is a secret group that come together, what you would call like an emancipation group, to help people with freedom, equal rights. Well, this guy is Michael Towns, is a black man, and he's the first black man that's ever been introduced to a group like this. You have Egyptians, you have Japanese, you have Chinese. You have these different cultures, but they never had, back in the 1920s, an African American Negro. So this woman from India, who's a princess that he met at a cafe in Germany, um, end up introducing him to a bigger cause that she's a part of, which is fascinating. I just read the synopsis of the book. Yeah, and and so right now where we at is going into chapter 2. It's 4 chapters, and it's long chapters, but it's worth it. I love how he has, like, like the last part I read, where the people that are part of this group, this roundtable discussion to make the world a better place, still with him being black, there's still some issues. You know what I'm saying? So Princess Kautilya invites him to be in this roundtable discussion, because how are you going to talk about equalities and fairness and you don't have a person of color on the board? You know what I mean? So last part, he gets in this place where these other people threatens his life. One has a knife, one has a gun. They try to make him do some things because they're jealous of his relationship with Princess Kautilya. So it's juicy. Just to let you know, it's juicy. And it's a part, you have to become a member of the BOM. It's like $5.99 a month to become a member of the BOM to get access. And it's like just exclusive chat just for the BOM members. And it's not about alienating anyone at all. It's not about trying to alienate anyone, because right after my book reading, I come and open live, for you all. But this is for an opportunity if someone wants to, be a part of the book reading, who wants to be a part of an exclusive group, who just want to listen to me read, who wants to just chill, close your eyes, relax, hear my voice, my tone, breaking away from television, breaking away from the news and things like that, and breaking that cycle, and give your brain like a rest, where you could just come to a live book reading and just drink some wine or non-alcoholic beverage, and just chill. So we have Joe Gonzalez is a member of the BOM, and she's made it open knowledge that she has dyslexia. So she likes being part of, I hope I'm reconnected. There's some issues with the tablet. I live in a rural area, so sometimes, unfortunately that's going to happen. There's a storm in the area too somewhere. Yeah, it's back. Okay, good. That's why I'm glad I have 3 devices up so I can see how things are performing. So I was saying about Joe Gonzalez, my sis, and I've grown so close to her. I've grown close to you all of you all. But she has dyslexia, and so she likes being a part of the group because it helps her decompress. It helps her where she likes being read too. And, when I say people who are dealing with that are subscribers, you don't have to have a diagnosis, but if you do, it's medicinal. I'm gonna drink. And medicinal through the ASMR videos, through reading, through me singing, movie watch parties, things that just get you away from things out there in the world that's just so stressful. It gives your brain some rehab, when you be a part of the book reading, where you could just sit and chill, just close your eyes and just listen to me speak to you and read. And it's like brain maintenance. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm really into what I do. I always tell people I have many faucets of my channel, because it's all about mental health. It's all about anxiety. And with people who don't have a diagnosis of anything, it's about maintaining sanity. It's like doing the maintenance on your brain to remain healthy. And when I do this, when I lead in this area, I want to provide something that can provide healing and rest. I love my conversation with I Love Weed, where all of us came together, and we could talk about something that's disturbing for him, and that we can come together, like Lola and all of us can come together and talk. Even though this chat is open for everybody to come in, still, all you all have the wrench, so if there's any trouble, you all can take care of it. And that's why I gave that to you, not for you all to become a part of the channel where you have to feel you have to work. That's not why I gave you the wrench. I gave you the wrench so number one, you could feel secure. You could number two, you can trust the environment and you can be in control, that you can have some control. And if you feel someone is contributing that's not contributing to anything that's decent, then I wanted to give you that control because I'm supposed to be providing this environment of relaxation and love and friendship and peace, you know, a place to get away because it helps you, but also it helps me. So Coyote says, when you get bigger and bigger, the trolls will come. I know. I had that experience, Coyote. I think it was last couple of weeks. And I was live like on a Wednesday or Thursday. I have to admit, I feel that I'm pretty strong with things, but also I have to tell you that it disturbed me. And it was Sugar Daddy and Miss TR was there and no people, no problems. And they were there to help me, like get rid of the situation because he was a perv. It did kind of knock me off my axis a little bit, kind of had me forgetting about what I was talking about. But that was my first experience, and it felt great knowing that those wrenches have been put in place, to give you all, like I said, power and control. So my Galdana says, my sister's children, both young women, struggle with dyslexia, but they have been able to cope in their own ways, available resources. Yeah, that's really good to hear that. Isn't it wonderful that, let me tell you something, my daughter works in the medical field, right? You see me get the little eyebrow that goes up because you get me inspired and excited about things. And so she works in the medical field, and she handles a lot of cases. And she'll call me every once in a while, and she'll chat with me about certain challenges and things like that. And she has so experienced that she's helping me. But the point I'm trying to get to is that she said, Mama, because she'll see these commercials and she'll say, oh my God, there's so many prescriptions out there. Look at them drugging everybody, right? I said, honey, I said, when you are, and I try my best to speak to my daughter where I'm not talking down on her, because she's, an adult and she's a respectable person. She is. So me being a parent, I'm learning some new things. I'm still learning. I'm still a parent with adult daughters that are grown women, right? And I want them to feel that I'm talking down on them. And so I tell her, well, honey, today, in my day, when medical insurance just started coming in to be more fair and pre-exist was insurance covering pre-existing conditions and things like that, it was like a breakthrough, right? It was such an incredible breakthrough. And what that breakthrough means is that when we continue to vote, and I'm not talking about party, I'm just talking about to vote, whatever party you're with, whatever party you support, try to, think about as you get older, what are things that can help protect you, and how I've gotten older and how this has become better for me was at the pre-existing conditions and the diagnosing. And that's what I was wanted to communicate with my Galdana about diagnosis. It used to be so hard. We didn't have hardly any diagnosing out there. So it was hard to really find treatments. So what they did, they put two and two together, right? They're like, in order to prescribe you something, in order to provide you a prescription, we have to have a diagnosis to start the treatment, right? Well, now you see all these prescription commercials. Why? Because there is a diagnosis. People are diagnosing. Why? Because there is prescriptions to help people with everything. So those things cater to people who need the treatment. So when I told my daughter that, she was like, I didn't think of it like that. I said, Yes, because conditions are advancing, treatments are advancing, situations are advancing, stress is advancing, the climate, when it comes to allergies and things like that, it's just like there's a more diagnosis that can help prescribe you something to help you get treated for mental health or whatever that's out there. People have hepatitis C. You could see on there there's prescriptions for hepatitis C. Pamela Anderson has hepatitis C. And she was talking about how when she had the diagnosis, she thought it was the end of her life. Now they have treatments for people that have HIV. Remember back in the 90s? Was it 90s, 80s, 90s, where we just lost so many people because of HIV/AIDS? Now there is hope. There is hope. So going back to the chat room, uh, Coyote says, one thing I have found with dealing with trolls is to ignore them as much as possible. And what I mean is don't let them visually see you get upset or they will keep on. Exactly, because I'm right there with you, Coyote. You just have such a balanced way of thinking about things. I love that because what happens if we've been in a chat room together for a long time, right? Together. We've been you know, getting to know each other. And that means with us being together, we have experienced similar things in these chat rooms. And so with us sitting back, you know, it reminds you that we all are thinking the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like giving these trolls attention, it just advances the stalking. It advances the problem. Before you know it, you got someone who's doxing you and blasting out things, and it's frightening. Um, so Coyote says, honestly, think Game Time does a good job keeping his cool and letting them say their crap and then warning them. Some you have to just block. Yes, Coyote, exactly. And I do like how Game Time Brian does that because he has a tone about him. Well, he is in control of his chat room. He's in control. And I would see even Philly 500. He's in control of his chat room. You see Law Nation. He is in control of his chat room. You see, I'm not speaking about anybody who's not. I'm just speaking on who has control. And you have to believe in your moderators. Moderators are volunteering. They're not getting paid. It's emotional. It gets very emotional. It gets stressful. And then when it feels like it's become a job, it's not fun anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's not fun anymore. So I said that inspired me to do my channel too, where I could feel I have some kind of control, where I can have a voice, that I have some kind of control. That I can contribute something. That's better than what I see out there. Not all the time. I don't want to make this a gossip channel, but again, I'm going to flow with the conversation. You see what I'm saying? Because information is important. We're not Wendy Williams, bless her heart. She's out there and looks like, did I see that Wendy Williams is doing better? I mean, we have to stay informed. A lot of people don't like TV. A lot of people are not, don't have Netflix and stuff. They just don't want to see that stuff. And then guess what? I tell people come to my chat. Because that's why I try my best to fulfill people with movies and cartoons and live. And I'm trying to get things built up around me so I can just get online. You know what I'm saying? Just go live. Because I want to do some lives on my patio. I have beautiful, beautiful rocking chairs. They're just big, huge, handmade, wood carved rocking chairs, and it's so pretty. I've got a really pretty environment on my patio. I could take you all outside with me. I could take you all to town with me. Just want to just build a healthy environment because it's bad. The world is beautiful. It's just a lot of the things that are going on is just very stressful, and it affected me. Is what inspired me to do this. It affected my grandson. It affected my daughters. It affected my husband. I said, why can I'm just going to create a movie watch party and have family and friends to come where it's not so PG rated, but if you got your kids, they can come. You know what I'm saying? And we know some kids in the room, but we never get into that discussion where it's straight up porn. You know what I'm saying? We have adult conversations, but we're not rowdy. At least I don't think. I don't think I'm rowdy. So anyway, uh, and then Mike Aldana says that's why GTB cut his lunchtime chat live stream early. Infighting in the chat. Oh no, really? I love my game time Brian too. I always tell y'all he's my brother. When I call you my brother, my sister, man, you all are close to my heart. And I don't underestimate that energy, that you all being human. Just because we're chatting, we're still dealing with real hearts and minds of people. And I do take that. You all could tell my energy in the past where I would chat and stuff, and I put my soul in my heart. But yeah, Game Time Brian cut his lunchtime chat. Oh, you grow as a good content creator, a better content creator. You also grow into not tolerating any bullshit. Don't feed the monster, but don't tolerate it. Because my opinion, this is my opinion, and I know I'm a small channel, but I'm keeping that standard. I always brag about me being an administrative woman. I'm keeping that standard. And that standard will be that it's going to be a place, it's going to be open to people to come chat, subscribe, like and all that. But if there's any issues, you all have the freedom to go, because you don't need the added stress with someone breathing down your neck trying to control as to what you should do. When I'm live, more than I do when it comes to the traffic in a chat room. I know this because I'm a moderator. I'm a moderator of several people's channels. So I know. Being a moderator, I would know more than the person who is the content creator, who's hosting their show. Because you can't pay attention to all of that. So why can't me focus on the show, focus on the video, engaging with people I care about, and the moderators take care of it. That's why I was really big when I saw you all. I was like, wrench, 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 wrench. Because I want you all to have that control, where you didn't feel someone else was controlling you or taking away something from you. That, what I'm saying? Building trust. That's what that was about, building trust. And not everybody's going to get the wrench. Not just giving it away. No, not everybody has it. So, excuse me. Mike Aldana says, I think that was about 1 to 2 weeks ago. Oh, okay. And then Coyote says, exactly. If you spend your energy fighting them off, they multiply. Just say it's you. Just say it's your opinion and warn them if they go far. And then, exactly. And then that's it. People know how to behave. You know what I'm saying? I'm a moderator of several people's YouTube content, which means I don't see that rowdy type of attitudes and personalities in a lot of these, like Mike Fisher. I don't see in Mike Fisher's room those issues, And then Coyote says, none of them mess with me over there. Even the biggest haters. I just warn them. And even the biggest haters get warned by others. Exactly. What I do like about you all, and I say you all because we know who we are, right? What I love, not like about it, is that we know. We are, it's so funny, it's like we are a crew. We know the deal. We're intelligent to know, okay, this is dangerous territory. And then Mike Aldana says, Mark Holmes tends to be in control of his live stream, but he can be a little out of control when he gets triggered. Yeah, I think that's probably why he probably has so many people on his page because he can easily get triggered because he can go off on him. But sometimes, if the personality fits, it fits. Like me, I won't do it because it's not my personality. You know what I'm saying? I just not gonna. But does that mean that that it's impossible? I feel that I'm very cordial. You know what I'm saying? I feel that I'm a, I'm not saying that, you know, people out there aren't. I'm just saying my personality. That I know that I don't have to put that much energy in something that can be easily blocked. You know. And so Coyote says, "You are right, Mike." And that's when they start multiplying. Yeah. And Coyote said, "Mark, as a few mentioned trolls, has a few mentioned trolls. They are dedicated. They are dedicated trolls. And what's kind of sad but kind of good, since he has over what 100,000, then these kind of people contribute toward his toward the madness. Yeah, 112,000. Those things that happens on his channel contributes to his channel becoming more successful. You know what I'm saying? And it works. Um, I know with Mike because it is a different my little kitty cat mothers here. It is a different culture, right? We're dealing with NFL fans, right? I'm dealing with NFL fans. It's my circle. But I'm dealing with people, right? We're talking about a deeper discussions. Not saying NFL is not a deeper conversation. It is, but it's different genre. You know what I'm saying? You got football. I talk about some football, but I'm not a football guru. You know, I never brag about that. I'm passionate about the game. I love the Cowboys, and I kind of have an eye for certain things. So, but it's different genre. You know, Mark has to cuss them out and get them straight. And what's so funny on his channel, um, they will end up subscribing and contributing, uh, you know, to his channel because he's got, that culture, right? Mine is more laid back. And if you all notice if there's that culture that's not good, then I'll click because I don't need that. I'm not looking for that. I'm not that's not the genre. You know what I mean? So Michael then says it's not a knock on him exactly, Mark, but I see some of that behavior in myself, which is why I refuse to put myself out there when it comes to content creating. I'm going to read that again because I like what you said. So Mike said it's not a knock on him exactly, but I see some of that behavior in myself, which is why I refuse to put myself out there when it comes to. Yes, I understand what you're saying because yeah, as a content creator for me, um, and me working with people, with anxiety, because Mark and his wife are subscribers to my channel, you know. Uh, Philly 500 is a subscriber. Law Nation and his brother are subscribers. Um, who else? I mean, what, did I say Philly 500? I'm name dropping on purpose because guess what? Every one of these great guys are content creators, and every one of them have stressful lives. And guess what? Obviously, when they come to my page, they're like, it's pretty cool page. It's a pretty cool YouTube channel. Somehow, Rhonda Lovely Sparks has something to contribute because all these guys, Law Nation, Game Time Brian, Primetime Phil is a subscriber. Game Time is a subscriber. Philly 500 is a subscriber. He is. All these people are subscribers to my page. And it's so cool to see, guess what? They are human. It's like, it's really weird. It's like, it's my page is also a YouTube channel that helps content creators. It helps human beings. It helps all people. And that's what I love about them subscribing. I'm so wanting to keep, and there's no control I will have except moderating it, but I so want to keep the substance of the group because of my group helping people with stressors, anxiety, giving people a place of safe haven, a safe place, calm, just to chill and enjoy. Don't have to be on the defense. And if there's issues, you can moderate. It's just I'm not going to cross over and tell you what to do and what not to do. And that's my channel has more sustenance, and I have more control over it to keep it cleaned. And I know it's going to grow phenomenally, and that's, to be honest with you, I'm kind of nervous about that because I like speaking to people individually. I love taking my time. I love taking my time talking to everybody and knowing everybody. So I think I could still have that bond, but I just want to have a channel that's sincere and personable for people who are dealing with these things, and I could come here and see something different than everywhere else. No competition, just everyone. So Coyote says, I think I think he has some that subscribe get blocked, create new account. I think so too. You are right. I think he has some that subscribe, get blocked, create new account, and do it over and over. They don't realize that they are helping him. Exactly, they are. His analytics go up. And then Coyote said it's being a Cowboys creator, most like and most hated. Exactly. And Mike Aldana says short tempered. Right. And then Coyote says Philly is actually a good dude. He is. He is a good dude. He doesn't take no ish. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't take any ish. And I'm a member of his channel. You know, I'm a member of his channel. I mean, I think I pay like $1.99. I'm a member of his channel. I mean, I can't stand the Eagles, but I like him as a person. He's supportive. And then Mike Aldana says, I use a bit of sarcasm to lighten the mood, but I'm aware that some take it the wrong way. I know how you feel, but I never see you say or anything. I mean, look how I'll be chatting some things. I'm out there, but guess what? We're grown, right? We're not children here. We're grown. That means that when we speak on something, we got grown people that are together. That we can speak on something and do our grown things. But yeah, it's a whole different culture. You know, I guess with like what you all were saying in the chat room, people are in their feelings, and there's teams versus other teams, and there's a camaraderie there, right? There's fight, and so the feelings and emotions are high, because I'm telling you, I'm calm right now. But when the season starts and those Eagles start getting on my freaking nerves, and I might say some impatient things, you know what I mean? I might be very impatient. I'll be probably impatient with my New York Giants hubby. I just say, well, I have a YouTube channel to go to decompress. I got to get out of this environment because they're pissing me the hell off. You know what I'm saying? They're pissing me off because I don't like any. If I go to other people's chat rooms, I want to enjoy myself. I want to enjoy the game. I want to become enlightened with what people have to say. I want to learn some things. I want to engage with my friends there. I want to have these conversations, which the chat room is off the chain. It's lit. But when it becomes unhealthy for me, then it's time for me to do something else. And that's the power that we have, you know. But it's something that becomes very contagious in a beautiful way. It's like, okay, I gotta go back. Let me go take a shower. Let me cleanse. Let me get my aura together. Humana, 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 humana. Especially if our team loses a game. So Coyote says, it's all good till Eagle Week. I lost a bet to Twins and had to get an Eagles logo for a week. It sucked. I got blocked just for having it. And then Coyote said, excuse me, I got revenge on the second game. Twits disappeared for a week and said the same thing. I know. Twins, boy, he lost a lot of bets, didn't he? He was like popping up with other people's, like Kansas City Chiefs, on his picture, on his thing there, and then he lost to somebody else. Was that 49ers? He's like been losing a lot of bets. I said, well, I ain't gonna be like betting nothing, because boy, I just can't have that on my photo, Eagles and stuff. He had a 49ers too, didn't he? Yeah, he did. He lost to 49ers. What was the last game Eagles played, right? I can't remember. There's so many things going on these days. But yeah, I have a lot of cool people there. You just bond, a lot of strong family people there, where we've lost, some people earn their angels wings, and you just end up being closer and closer. And I'm not there as much as I'd like to be, but I am trying to, acclimate myself and get things organized where I could, schedule some quality movies, because I'm really big on quality. Um, and I try to do things in it ahead of time, so I could plan way ahead of time, and where I could be able to chill back, because I need to get that together when the football season comes back. I mean, I'm already missing out on a lot of stuff, because when I come back and the season starts, I'm not going to know really what's happened during off season. I can't. I don't like that, because I finally got up to date, and now it's like, okay, I've fallen behind because there's something happening on a daily basis, right? So what I do during my downtime when I'm creating, I'll put on my TV. I have a flat screen TV that's mounted, and I'll go to their replays, and I'll listen to Game Time and Prime Time and ET Blue and all of them, and I'll get updated, and I press like, even though I'd rather be in the chat room, but I also understand that I can't be everywhere. So I've been dealing with that stress, part because I love being in the Cowboys chat rooms. And then Mike Aldana says, I'll be honest, there are specific people in the chat that rub me the wrong way, whether that's in Mark's, Game Time Brian's, etc. live stream. So I blocked on my side from being viewed. Exactly. I have two. See, we're on the same page. I have blocked them too. I had Philadelphia. I know I name dropped. I had him on block for about a year. I think I just took him off block about a month ago. I did. I had him on block for a whole freaking year. And then, and you say live stream, so I've blocked on my side from being viewed. Yeah, Michael, Dana, them. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you have to do what you have to do to have a peace of mind, because I found myself getting so stressed as a moderator, and I'm not joking with you, that I wasn't enjoying the game anymore. Wasn't enjoying the game. I'm turning off my phone so I could plug it up to charge. That's not good. I'm spending 4 hours. I want to watch my Cowboys. Before I know it, I've been so busy moderating instead of enjoying the game. So I tell myself, guess what? How do I solve that problem? Well, just block. I can block them on my end. I don't have to block them as a moderator, and I don't have to moderate so hard. I don't have to moderate so intensely. You know what I'm saying? There's lots of moderators there. They can take care of. They can help take. They are helping to take care of a lot of stuff. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna kid you. I used to stress out. It used to stress me. It used to stress me out so much being a moderator because I wasn't enjoying the game. And then when you get slammed with trolls, 1,000 of them come in and harass. It's like you just can't keep up. So I said, I have to change my mindset. I got to change how I think. And how do I do that? And that's what I've done. So Kelly says, I feel you, Mike. I talk a lot of smack back. It's not so bad for me as much because they know me and I just give them crap back. And then Kelly says, Mark's channel has too much going on with trolls, so I don't stay in there as much. I know. I think with the process of his channel, without feeling like I'm stepping on anybody's toes, I've learned that that's his channel and he'll manage it the way he wants to manage. And I have a choice to make decisions when things become unhealthy for me. How did that sound? Now add some syrup to that, and then some butter and some cheese. There was a lady I spoke to, and I miss her so much. She lives in Grapevine, Texas, and she used to be out there a lot with the guy. He's a good friend of mine. He's a moderator for Mike Fisher, and Jim Laws, Jim, not Jeff Lee, Jim Laws. He's very close to me. And there is a lady that would come in there. Her name starts with a K, and she's just disappeared because it was too stressful. And I don't know if people really understand how moderating is very stressful. It's highly stressful because it's highly stressful for a person who is dedicated and committed. It's things that moderators see that no one else is probably paying attention to. It's like security, at the draft, that you got people in certain places, positioned that is watching things, but there are tourists who are there at the draft who's not even paying attention to that. That's the same thing with moderating. Moderating is like you're there like security, but other people are not paying attention to the threats because there's a lot of really, really bad stuff online and I'm aware of those people, those names, and like you all said earlier, they go back and they change their name. It's so pathetic. But it's their norm. It's not our norm. It's pathetic to us. But that's their norm. And it's just really unfortunate in many ways. But we have power to handle things on our own, right? We have power to say, I'm going to block this person. I'll remove myself from the situation. Or be honest with you, blocking them is so much better on your end. Don't have to do it as a moderator, just block them. Then you don't have to see them anymore. Michael Dana says, Rhonda's therapeutic chat. Is it therapeutic for real? I'm trying not to be so therapeutic. Those type of people need a hobby or a girlfriend. Or batteries. Get some double D batteries. Some double A or something. I don't know what batteries you use. Get you a blow up doll. Get you something out there to help appease you. I mean, it gets very rowdy, right? In those chat rooms. It can. And it's like I say, you know what? I just like turn the other way because I felt I had to control everything being a moderator. I felt I had to watch everybody, dedicated, stuff like that. And I thought, I'm going to like not pay attention to the chat room as much. I'm going to watch the football game with my husband and pay attention to things that matter. So I want to tell them to stop sniffing the glue. And you know me, right? I'll be out there and I'll just like lay down the law, because I'll sit up there and I'll say, well, I'm going to be calm because I'm going to be the better person. And there are times I'll lose it because I'm so. I mean, even there are people who are tailgate members who are assholes. And they're not my tailgate member, right? But they are. I get those trigger fingers. It's like, we just gotta take a break, get away, come to Rhonda Lovely Sparks, and then go back. Get your food for thought, go back. But it is, the channel has been really inspired by me because of things I suffered, the stress I've been through, the things I've been through that inspired me to do a channel. And I always tell people, because people say, I ain't crazy. You know how some people kind of, profile others. And it's not about that. It's about, as you get older, you'll find out how tender your body is, how frail your mind is. You're not as strong as you think. You go out there and you start working out and you think just because you can bench press certain things, it doesn't mean that, oh, your heart and mind is going to agree with that. Sometimes the heart and mind, they have their own thing going on. And when you get older, you learn, my grandchildren mean the world to me. I want to live long for them too. My husband means the world to me. I want to live long for him. So you learn how to do the maintenance. You learn how to say, you know what, this ain't worth it. So Coyote says, there's there definitely are some of them you think the cowboy haters, the way they act. Yeah, even within, I did a video. It's called it's called Cowboy Rehab or something. I did a video, and it was like I posted not last year, but year for last. It was like people within the fan base are losing it, and I can understand. I understand why. But then that's why you see so many people too who have to take a break because, we all are human and it's not silly, to be affected. I mean, when you're human, it's going to happen. When you're not human, then you're a robot. But you're going to be affected by these things. You're going to be affected by losses. You're going to be affected by wins. You're going to be affected by haters and trolls. It's just learning how to manage and learning how to ignore, but also learning how to block. And, that helps me all the time. I have no problem blocking. I'm quick about that. There is no guilt trip. I don't know them. I don't know them people. Out. Even if my wrench is taken from me, who gives a frat ass? You know what I'm saying? give a, I don't give a blankety blank blank blank. F that. So, Coyote says, so there is this YouTube named M. Breezy. This dude is the biggest Cowboys, Dak, Jerry, Parsons, Sarah hater. I've seen that name before. And thank you for the enlightenment. I think, where's his new Cowboys gear? Every video. And dogs, Cowboys, every time. I've always thought, like you said, that there is someone who went back and changed their identity. It's a psychotic world out there. I was telling you about this movie I've been watching on Amazon. Michael Dana says some people are way too invested in what this team does. Yes, my husband said the same thing. He was like, I understand the passion. I understand all of that. I'm not taking that away from nobody. But then it's like there's some addictive behaviors. You know what I'm saying? Callie says most of those trolls hang around his channel. Yeah, they do. And I tell you what I try to do is there was a time I was so frustrated as a moderator that I said, you know what? I need to take a 3 month break. I'm that vested as a fan, right? But it was so many negatives that it did affect me mentally. And I told my husband, I was like, I can't let this happen. So I said, well, I got to take some responsibility. Just don't be around environments that make you feel unhealthy. If it's that bad, just don't. Sign out. And I know it sounds easy because most of the times it's not that easy because you're vested, right? You have friends there. It gets your adrenaline going. You do have fun. You do have to get something positive in it. You do send, you know, let me see if I get the name. You do send these, I'm trying to find the name of it. I just went blank mentally. Okay, here it is. Super chats. You know what I'm saying? You do send super chats. You do send stickers and membership gifting. And then you become vested, right? You are an investor. So you feel that you have shares in these channels that you are a moderator of because you've invested so much time, right? You've contributed a love equity, time equity, and it means because you're loyal, you're decent. I'm decent. But it affected me so emotionally. It was like I had to just not be a part of it. And I felt empowered, and it took me a while, and I think it was longer than 3 months. And I said, when it gets to this point, I really need to look at self. I really need to work on self. Because these other people not thinking about me in this way. You know what I'm saying? I have to really go back, revisit some things in my heart and my mind, and I really got to go back and think this through. And then that's when I came up with YouTube channel. I said, I could put my little time in there, I could create some more movies. I'm always busy. I'm never caught up. And it just makes me feel like I have a purpose. It feels like I have some value somewhere, you know. So, yeah, I was trying to see if I caught up on the chat. So, yeah, that's a way where people can, go to my channel and just check out so many other things. I say there's the different facets of things, and there's music, and then there's not boring things. There's movies, and then there's cartoons, and then there's book readings, and then there's ASMR videos, and then there's trending. It's all my channel represents how I am mentally, like how creative I am. It's like the full me, and going live. It's like the cherry on top. Gives me the ability to talk, to express, and for people to talk and express, and that let you all know. Guess what? You're not by yourself. It's moderator rehab. Because it's real and it's not anything to be ashamed of. It's bad because I know I felt it and I was like, this is crazy. This is crazy. Especially if someone doesn't give you the power to do what you know is right. You know what I'm saying? So Calio says, I have only really been joining lives for the last year. I learned a lot. It bothered me more at first. Now, not as much. I realize most the trolls are very uneducated. They are. They are. And I remember Caliote when I think it was a while back when, my friends out there have been telling me to post my link, and they're trying to help me get, my my numbers up, right? Because getting to the 1,000 helped me get more perks and access to growing more. You're not going to grow a lot if you stay low. You always got to get to a certain part. And then YouTube starts going, okay, well, let me see what more I can give you. And it's not a whole lot. So don't get it twisted. It's not a whole lot. It's not a lot at all. But it's just the to me it gives me like a better quality of life. You know, it gives me a better quality of life to have a YouTube channel and knowing that I can do what I'm doing. Mike Aldana says, for myself, I spent a lot of time and energy following politics, as known as 2016 election Trump, and I would always post stuff on FB, Facebook, and it kind of turned off a lot of family and friends, anti-Trump rhetoric. That's me too, because I do have a political group, and I'm also a leader of my neighborhood. I'm a what you call a lead on next door. So what it means, there's certain people chosen to moderate their neighborhoods when it comes to running a next door thing. So I have a portrait group, and I'll post movies and stuff that try to get people to come in to my YouTube. But there's a lot of people that I don't want on my YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I'll be blocking them in a minute. But I do have control over my pages. So what that means is I have a political group, and I was really into hard politics back before Trump, was before Obama. It's like Bill Clinton days, and then going into George Bush days and things like that. And then I had to learn through starting with Trump and learning what I knew about when Obama was in office and when Trump's in office and then Biden and all these things evolving in politics. I had to change my tone because my YouTube page was built on that only. So I had to revisit and I had to think, what is better for me? Do I need to give people that I don't agree with, do I need to give them that much power? So Coyote said, yeah, Mike, it's a divide, like being a Dak fan or hater. Yeah, I talk to others and try to make pieces with people who think differently. Yes, try to make peace. Yes, it's true. Me too. I mean, I've had to talk my way through things because of what do we call a tumultuous political climate? It's very tumultuous. It's very tumultuous. The environment. I mean, let me tell you this. Years ago, before I moved back down further south, I'm retired now. So I'm retired now. But when I worked up north, I had my own business, which is caregiving. On the weekends, I worked full weekends, live in, and also I was making more money on the weekend than I was making at my day job, right? So they both balanced out. And I was coming back from taking from a place that was assisted living for half and half. Assisted living was all dementia, Alzheimer's related, but also it was chronic severe dementia, in another part of the facility. I was in the car. I had on my nurse's outfit and everything, uh, and was going home. And I had this family, and they looked such a darling family. It was a father, a husband, a wife, and a little girl in the car seat, in the back seat, because I could see in my rearview mirror. And they followed me all the way from my job to halfway home, which I ended up pulling into Walmart in the parking lot where it was a well-lit area, and I called 911. So the police came, and the police thought these people were crazy. And what got them to follow me, they told the police, and police told me. He said, "Some people are crazy. You can go in and go home first, and I'll watch these people. I'll hold them back." But he said their reason for following me, because I wasn't from their neighborhood, that I did not belong. And I remember during that time when the political climate was more crazy, was when this deal came out during that same time. It was about health care. It was about health care. And it was about making universal health care, and people were angry. And I thought, my God. Not that I felt that I was exempt from any of the, I don't have any bumpers, stickers. I got my nurse's outfit on. I'm going home in the dark. I was shaking so bad. I was shaking so bad. And this man, it was him and his wife, and he had a child in the car, and he was stalking me down. You know, it was crazy. Uh, so Mike Aldana says, I'm a bit more civil around family when I visit, but I do have conversations with my mom because she loves politics as well as being more open minded. Yeah, I have that go to person, which is my husband, right? We're on the same page. He can become so passionate about things, but we're on the same page, which helps. You know, he's not a Cowboys fan, but we're on the same page when it comes to politics. That helps a lot. And then my daughter and I, we're on the same page, so that helps. When you can find somebody that can be your political bestie, your politic bestie, pick you one. You can air, you can air things out. But it's just, for good reason. He's a football fan. Exactly. For good reason. The way I felt about politics, I had a good reason to feel the way I do and the way I did back then. I wasn't going to anyone's house doing things, wasn't knocking on people's doors, harassing people, or keying people's cars. Was not doing that. But it is a political climate that does affect me, and my personal well-being and my family. So it's tumultuous, and it's just something that you can try your best to do your best to stay out of the friendly fire, and at the same time, it's hard for you to dodge the bullet, because there's a lot of innocent people that didn't miss the bullet, and it's hurtful. I was speaking to a brilliant, blessed mess. She comes in the room sometimes. I was speaking to her, and she was speaking to all of us. We were there in the chat room, and she was just trying to ask for advice. How do I deal? How do I cope? There's a lot of things going on in the world, and I gave some advice. How just my advice. I'm not a psychiatrist, but that doesn't water down the fact that I don't have life experience. Some people don't have common sense, and some people do. You know, and I just learned how to. Been really working on myself, like how to have power. How to get my power back, how to heal, how to restore, how to not be a part of certain things without denying myself the right to be a part of something that I want to be a part of. Don't deny yourself that right, but you find out that no matter what, regardless, the world is going to keep doing its thing. So what do you choose to do? Do you choose to continue to partake in voting? Great. You want your voice to matter? I feel that's very important. And when it comes to stressors, then learn how to say, oh, I can just block them. Something that's easy. I don't have to read that garbage. The people, the DAC haters. I don't have to be in that part of contributing to the problem. So Coyote says, I've learned that both sides have people that get riled up by the media. They watch this side vilifies this side and vice versa. I feel like it is by design. It is by design. You're right. Coyote says, divided we are weak, together we are strong. Amen. Then Mike Aldana says, my dad has political science background, but he doesn't bring up a lot of topics unless someone wants to engage in conversation. I mean, yeah, there's a way to engage, find your circles, and then, oh, I'm so sorry. Find your circle and find that place, you know what I'm saying? That encourages. For me, I'm the kind of person like, I'm not going to be around any kind of circle that encourages hate or encourages inequalities or encourage or destruction. I'm not. But I sure want to hear what people have to say. That's one thing. I think that's the smartest thing I've done my whole life is listen. And I've been able to not want to listen to a lot of things, right? There's choices we can make where we don't have to listen to everything. But if if you want, then there's an opportunity. If that other person, is decent and communicating, where you want to open your heart and mind, then you're like, okay, I'll listen to you, but also allow me to give my opinion too, you know, and be fair to me as I'm fair to you. And that's really hard conversation to have with a lot of people these days. Coyote says, with politics, like it when you can, with someone who doesn't get upset and open minded, can't, exactly, yes. Um, I think it's healthier, when people can share differences because you can learn. Let me tell you what was fascinating. You ready to hear this? I just will share a short story. Excuse me for my cough. Uh, so, no people, no problems. He lives in Serbia, and he enlightened me, and I'm very close to him. He's a subscriber, but he's a great human being. No people, no problems. That's his name. Subscribe to him. He's incredible. And he said, I was talking about the post I wrote about how to deal with war and conflict. How do you deal with that climate? And then he listened to it. He's so supportive of my YouTube channel. And then he says, where he lives, United Nations, because I said something positive about United Nations. I mean, as far as united, people coming together. And then he said that United Nations at that period in time bombed where he lived. And that took me on a whole, excuse me, whole nother thought process that I'm close to him. I like him. And I respect the fact that not everybody has to be on your side and vice versa. That happened to him and his family. You know, then he picked a side, and I respect that. Just because you're not picking what I feel I agree with doesn't mean that you're inhumane, doesn't mean that you're not worth listening to. That takes you to a whole nother level of empathy and go, oh my God, he's my close friend. Years ago, they bombed him. He's such a good person. Even though there could have been some political things at that time I would not have agreed to, and I'd be like, well, I'm an American, I'm going to be on American side, right? But then I can be a proud American, but I can also disagree with things that I don't agree with. I can disagree. Doesn't make me un-American to disagree. And so it just, even though I know about the open perspectives of people when it comes to learning about differences of people around the world and how they are affected by things unfairly, where we in America might think that, oh, we are fair, even though a lot of times we don't even know what the true argument is. We don't really know, what is the truth, even though we want to believe, we want to trust certain people. It's just a hard place to be sometimes. But I always said, hey, take care of your own backyard. Love who's in front of you. My husband's right here, I'm going to love him. You know what I'm saying? Right here, my daughter's here, and my grandkids. What I have here, I'm going to respect and love. And I don't have to get involved with the bigger, broader picture of the situation. I can understand. I want to learn. But I also have to know that, guess what? I'm not going to be able to solve the world's problems. But if I vote, then it makes me feel like I'm valued. You know what I'm saying? Makes me feel like I'm valued. But no matter how we try to work through it, it doesn't mean that any of it's easy. People will piss you off. People will take sides. Family will say something stupid. I mean, we all have family members to us that will say something stupid, and you're like, "Where in the hell did you come from? You didn't come from my mama. We didn't have the same daddy, did we?" you know. Anyway, I had a great conversation. I think what I'm gonna try to do is civil discourse is lacking as times change. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I enjoyed you all so much. Shout out to Mike Aldana, Coyote, my besties. Shout out to Lola and Eastside Harold and Eric Wallace. And we had a nice crew of people that I enjoyed having, these personal conversations. I love weed. Shout out to everybody. It was such a joy to talk to friends and have a room, a space that we could talk to one another and feel safe and entrust that, guess what? This is going to be the place that you're going to feel comfortable. This is going to be that place. Thank you all so much for being here for me and with me, and I'm so glad to be with you all too. And I'm going to close this out tonight and get some rest. And now, because I got a 1 o'clock watch party, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. Y'all come see me over there. I want to see y'all too if you're able, if you're not working. If you are working, God bless you all. Be safe when you go to work. And I appreciate you all. And I'll see you all. Love you all. And I'll see you soon.